Season 2, The Shattered Visage, has come to a close, but new Seventh Valkyrie content is rolling on. This Wednesday, you can start listening to the very first transformed, reimagined episodes of Season 0, and then join us every Friday to talk about the new additions as we listen along with Seventh Valkyrie. But for now, let's get into TABTA after a quick message to our Heroes of Edara. Hey there, this is Colin, creator of the Seventh Valkyrie. If you're hearing this, it means you're listening to the public version of TABTA. And I really appreciate that. It keeps the algorithm happy, it keeps us growing. But if you want to get a little fun personal message every week with behind-the-scenes stories, funny little bits, other insight into the creative process, you can hop over to our Patreon and become a Hero of Edara. You'll support the series, you can shape the future of the Seventh Valkyrie, and find a whole lot of fun bonus content along the way. You can get started completely for free, and then if you decide you want to chip in and get bonus content, early access, and a whole lot more and help us along the path of heroes towards a whole lot of cool checkpoints, then you can do that. It's patreon.com/Seventh Valkyrie, that's 7THVALKYRIE, and give it a look. With that, on into the show. Hey everybody, and welcome to TABTA, the adventure behind the adventure for the Seventh Valkyrie, where we watch one series go from total obscurity to maybe 7 seasons in a movie, or maybe we just find the power of friendship along the way. I'm your host, Colin Sharp, creator and current voice of the Seventh Valkyrie, and it's great to have you listening. Welcome to sort of the next iteration of TABTA that'll be around with us for the next 56 weeks or so. As we are in between seasons, working on the listen along, and making our way towards Season 3. And first, let's cover the week in 7th V content, let you guys remember what's coming out. So on Wednesday, we have the reimaginings of Season 0's prologue, as well as Chapter 1, Welcome to Edara. These are fully updated to the level of quality you would have expected at the end of Season 2, but for the original episodes. We're going back through and we're making all of 7th Valkyrie shine like Season 2 did. So stay tuned if you're a public listener for those to drop on Wednesday. They're going to be right there in the original feed, just going to be different audio. Then on Friday, we'll have the first episode of the 7th V Listen Along, where we'll be breaking down the fresh chapters and taking a look at the series as we make our way towards Season 3. And that's what we've got coming up this week in terms of production and what you guys can stay tuned for. And now let's get into some new segments for TABTA. So during the season, we were reviewing the episodes, focusing a little bit more on that. But as you guys know, during the listen along, TABTA is going to be a slight bit different. So I'll be starting with a little update on the sort of production and business side, get into a little bit of fun outside the adventure content, and then finally kick it over to a Q&A. We'll be doing that every week, talking about kind of what's going on in the 7th Valkyrie, what's going on with me, and then, hey, what's going on with you guys? What are the Qs and what are the As? And let's start with a little bit of a 7th Valkyrie update. So production side, we are zipping through the reimaginings of Season 0. Zoran has the last batch of episodes, and the whole of Season 0 will be completed within a few weeks. And up for Heroes. The rest of us going to have to wait a little bit longer. I've also been fleshing out the outlines for Season 3. I have the chapter structure mostly set in terms of how the season is going to go. I know how it begins. I know where it ends. I know most of the pieces along the way. But what I'm really doing and kind of in the process of is zeroing in on the meat of each chapter, thinking about what sets it apart, why it has to happen, when it has to happen, what is the hook that makes it so satisfying, and then how all those pieces flow together. So there's lots to get right in that process, and that'll be, that takes a big chunk of the preparation time for 7th V is just getting all the pieces in place. As for the business side of things, we brought in some new Heroes of Edara. We're creeping towards those numbers of the very first Council of Heroes, but we're not quite there yet. And if you haven't become a Hero of Edara just yet, now is a great time. You're currently if you join a Hero of Edara right now, you get immediately 9 weeks ahead of the public. And it should be continuing to grow. So that's a great thing. And also, outside of that, kind of little push for you to join and become a hero of Edara, I'm going to be working on getting some new merch in the store and refreshing the available options of the gear that we've got. So stay tuned. And finally, from the personal side, before we get into the Q&As, I'm home in New Orleans for a little bit. Got some weddings, birthdays, and bachelor parties, and we're chugging along with all the various business work that keeps Seventh Valkyrie alive by keeping me alive. No major updates on that, other than the fact that I'm hustling and bustling and working my ass off, because that debt ain't going to go away on its own, but I'm not the only one having a little bit of a rough go of it this year, and I'm certainly not the one who has it most difficult. So you guys all out there, stay strong. Know that I'm loving you. Know that I see you. And finally, we come into the Q&A, and we actually have 2 Q&As today to answer, our last segment. We've got 2 this week, one from Sneaky Wumpus, one of our heroes on Patreon, and actually the other one comes from Nova, who is one of our small amount of Lightcore members. Ooh, spooky. So first from Sneaky Wumpus, they ask, what is the best vacation destination around Edara? And for this one, I'd say, if I had to give you, within reason of things that we've seen so far, I would say that Edara's East Coast would probably be my choice. Not too far away from Mandus. The Great Glass Sea runs right up to the coast and has some pretty gorgeous beaches that are popular as a travel destination for the upper class, the upper crust of Mandus. And even though it's not a wildlife hotspot, you kind of have the best chance of avoiding lots of the dangers and unrest of the other parts of the continent. So pretty place to go kick back by the beach, a little bit away from all the chaos. So that would be what I'd say is the best vacation destination. And then Nova asked, what's the most popular type of music in Edara? Overall, by numbers, it would have to be sort of big band orchestral, because Edara has by far the biggest population, and that's incredibly popular in the capital. Their style is sort of aimed at showcasing these really big, intricate, complex sounds of lots of veteran musicians and a composer and director. So just by sheer numbers, that's going to be the most popular version. But it really depends on where you are in the country or in the continent. In the smaller towns of Edara, it's far more emphasizing kind of folksy, simple instruments, traditional songs, kind of what we would think of as traditional folksy. And then Freelanders are somewhat similar, more similar to small town Edarans than they are to the big city Edarans. But Freelander music is a lot more jazzy, improvisational, and exploratory, often kind of intertwining with accompanying performances or gift displays. So that's kind of the 3 major types of musicality, and obviously each musician tends to kind of bring their own influences. And right now instruments have not been sort of mass produced, so it is typically for poorer areas, it's kind of grassroots, like whatever instruments we can put together. And then in big city, it's like, ooh, let's get together big, high-class instruments, get these orchestras and huge band arrangements together. And that's our question. Thank you to both Sneaky Wumpus and Nova for taking the time to ask a question. Loved giving you guys the answers. And I can't wait to see what all of you guys are asking next week. In the meantime, stay tuned for upcoming releases, Wednesday and Friday for public, the hero versions of both of those already available. And I will be sending y'all lots of love in the meantime. Take care, guys. Ciao.